Good evening, Bhante.
Good
And
evening,
good evening,
everyone.
everyone.
Good evening, Bhante and everyone.
Bhante.
Good
Evening, everybody.
Good evening, Bhante and everybody.
evening.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening.
Okay. Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back to OPRC class, online Pali class. Today we are going to start off another text from the Khuddaka Nikaya, minor text. So before we jump onto the text, we will pay respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. So the text name, Dhammapada, what do you call, explains about teachings. Pada means, we could say foot. In Pali, we call it pada, foot. It is an extension, I would say. Pada also means, in philosophy, semantics. Semantics means, it's a high word actually. I would say analysis of meaning. So, Dhammapada as a compound, we could say, teachings of the Dhamma. There was a story long time ago, I would say, somebody who was hypnotizing others. One Englishman was hypnotized, and then no, not an Englishman, a Sri Lankan was hypnotized, and he was asked by the person who hypnotized, where were you born in the previous life? And he said, I was born in the UK. Why did you want to become reborn in Sri Lanka? He said he read a book called Dhammapada. So he had some interest to be reborn in that kind of country. So Dhammapada is such important, and it is also called unofficially the handbook of Buddhist. Unofficial, not official, because you might say Tripitaka, Dhamma Vinaya. Unofficially, it is said, they call handbook. Another word could be codex, I would say. Now, in other religions, you could see handbooks, Christianity, the Holy Bible, Islam, Holy Quran, Hinduism, they have what you call Bhagavad Gita. And then here, we understand unofficially, Dhammapada could be the handbook in that sense. But Dhammapada is a collection of a lot of suttas. If you don't understand, you might say this could be a different book. If you see the verses, stanzas, they all are appearing in the suttas. Most of them, I would say most of them. So it's not a new book. It's a collection of all the interesting Dhamma teachings into one particular place, right? Mostly in our reading. So today we are going to learn the first two stanzas of the Dhammapada. Let me tell you, Dhammapada has 26 chapters, and then
423.
423 stanzas. 26 chapters and 423 stanzas. There are different chapters. Now, the first chapter is about Yamaka Vagga, Y-A-M-A-K, Yamaka. Now, Yamaka Vagga is interesting because it is the beginning. Yamaka means, now a lot of people translate this to be pairs. Pair, I mean, the full meaning of the stanza cannot be taken with the opposite. I mean, with the other stanza thereof. Pairs. But if you look at the nature of these Yamaka Vagga stanzas, you would perhaps see another very English translation could be more appropriate. That would be dichotomies, which I translated here. Dichotomy means that you see that this idea is separately interesting, and the other idea is fulfilling, complementing the first idea, different ways, but it's a different context. So dichotomy, you would say Yamaka. There is another Yamaka we know. What is that place? Could you remember? Yamaka. This Pali word. Oh, sorry, not this one. That was a tiny spelling error. Yamaka. What are the other places you have seen this Pali word? Yamaka.
One of the Abhidhamma books.
One of the Abhidhamma works. Yamakapakaran. We are not actually going to study Abhidhamma, which is not necessary at the beginning, and plus it's an additional reading. These Abhidhamma works have synthesized and then I would say defended initially and finally the early Buddhist teachings. Yamaka, yes, twin miracle. That's a good word. The Pali word is Yamaka Patihara. This is that word. Yamaka Patihara. Yes, twin miracle. What is that? It is said that the Buddha has the ability to make a miracle that is only specific to him, which is called as Yamaka Patihara. That means from one place of the body, I would say it could be a body hair, could be the place he is trying to emit fire and then water, just to curb some of the individuals. Some individuals are not willing to listen to Dhamma in certain contexts, in his way. When he went to his native city, Kapilavattu, his relatives did not trust him. They said, this is a young guy. Why are we supposed to respect him, right? We don't have to. And then he had to display Yamaka Patihara. Patihara means miracle. Yamaka means a twin miracle. So a drop of fire, a drop of water. It's not very important, but the word, Pali word, Yam.
Bhante, how about Yamaka Sala, twin sal trees at Kusinara?
Maybe, yeah, twin sal tree, two sal trees together. Yeah. So pairs in that context. All right, so we will go see the text. Yeah, yes. You don't have to worry about the names of the chapters. You only worry about the meaning and then how that meaning applies to your life. Okay, first one. Manu Pubbang Gama Dhamma Manu Setta Manu Maya. When you say this Pali word or Pali words, you have to make a pause here. Manu Pubbang Gama. You say here. Manu Pubbang Gama Dhamma Mano Setta Mano Maya. Manasa che padutte bhasativa karuti. Tato nang dukkha manveti. Chakkangva vahato pada. That is how we're going to recite. But all right, so we're going to give this opportunity to groups. Group one, number one. Anybody from group number one?
Bhante, any?
Yes, Annie. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Mano Pubbang Gama Dhamma Mano Setta Mano Maya Manasa che Paduttena Basativa Karotiva Tatona Dukkha Manvriti Chkamva Vahato Padang.
Great.
Thank
And
you,
group
Bhante.
two? Yes. Group two? Anybody from group 2? Yes, Susan, please.
If no one
Oh,
else wants to,
Susan and Kim, who actually gave the virtual hand first? I don't know. Maybe Susan. Yeah, I'll give you the chance later, Kim.
oh, okay,
please,
I
go ahead.
waited to see
Yes.
if someone
Please.
else wanted to go.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Please.
Okay, thank you.
You go ahead.
Manu Poban, Gama, Dhamma, Manu Seta, Manu Maya, Manu Maya, Manasa Cha Padutena, Va Sati Va, Karoti Va, Tato Nam, Dukaman Veti, Chakamba, Vahato Padam.
Yeah, great. And group 3, I think we have Billing. Please.
Good evening, Bhante.
Yes, good evening. Yes. Go ahead.
Mano Pubang Gama Dhamma. Mano Seta Mano Maya. Manasa Cha Padutena. Basativa Karotiva. Tatonang Dukkha Manveti. Okay. Is it finished?
Oh, no. There's one more line to go.
I cannot see the last line. Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay. Cakangwa Vahato Padang.
Would you like to repeat this Pali word again? Manasa.
Manasa Cha
This is not ch.
Cha or Che?
It's not just che.
Che. Oh, sorry.
Che.
Manasa Che Padutena.
Yeah, che means actually what if. What if
What
somebody is,
mean?
what if or what if.
Oh,
Che
what
means
if?
what if. What if somebody is going to have a polluted mind? What if? But cha is actually, you couldn't see cha over here. Cha means and, yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Group 4, we have KB on.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubang Gama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Che Padutena, Basativa Karotiva, Tatonang Dukkha Manveti, Chakangva Vahato Padam.
Great.
Thank you.
We have, okay, group number 5, I think. Yeah. Group number 5. Yes, Melinda?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubang Gama Dhamma, Mano Seta, Mano Maya, Manasa Cha Padu
Che.
Che, Manasa Che Padutena, Basati Va Karoti Va, Tato Nam Dukkam Manveti, Chakam Vahato Padam.
Great. And
Thank
group
you.
6. Yes, Tisita. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Mano Pubang Gama Dhamma. Mano Seta Mano Maya. Manasa Che Padutena. Basati wa Karoti wa. Tato nam Dukkha Manveti. Chakam Vahato Padang.
Great.
Thank you.
Group 7. Yes, Mia, please. Yes, Mia, please. If Mia is not here, we will move on to group 8. Yes. Okay, Doris. Yes, I'll give you the chance to chime later. Yes, Doris. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubang Gama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Che Padutena, Basativa Karotiva, Tato Nang Dukkha Manveti.
Yeah, last line.
Cakam va vahato padang.
Yeah, great. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, I'm starting with the rest of the people. First, I will give the chance to Kim. Is Kim with us? Yes, please go ahead. Yes.
Mano pubang gama dama, mano seta mano maya, manase che padu tena, manasa che padu tena, ba sati va karoti va, tato nang dukam manbati, cakam va vahato padang.
Great.
Thank you.
And we have John Pakla. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pupangama dhamma, mano seta, mano maya. Manasa che patutena, ba savti va, karoti va, tato nam dukkha manveti, chakam va, vahato padam.
Great. And
Thank you,
we have
Bhante.
Oi. Yes. Oi.
Thank you, Bhante. Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta mano maya, manasa che padutina, basatiwa karotiwa, tatonam dukkha manveti, chakamwa wahato padang.
Great. And we have Nayan Chen.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta, mano maya, manasa che padutena, basativa karotiva, tato nang dukkha manveti, chakangva vahato padang.
Okay, great.
Thank
And
you.
we have Rashmi.
Yes, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubbangama dhamma, mano setha mano maya, manasache paduttena, bhasati va karoti va, tato nang dukkhamanveti, chakkam va vahato padam.
Great. And CHR.
Thank you, Bhante. Okay. Mano pubagama dhamma, mano seta mano maya, manasa che padu tena, basati wa karoti wa, tato nam dukkha manvati, chakam wa vahato padam.
Great.
Okay, thanks.
And we have Anne. Sorry.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta mano maya, manasa che padutena, ba sativa karotiva, tato nang dukang manang mangveti, cakang va vahato padang.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
And
Bhante.
what you want, please?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubagama dhamma, mano seta mano maya, manasa che padutena, ba sativa karotiva, tato nang dukkha manveti, chakkamva vahato padang.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Now, Christine.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Manu pupangama dhamma, manu seta manu maya, manasa che padutena, vasati va karoti va, tato nang dukkha manveti, chakang va vahato padam.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Anyone else? Question, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta mano maya, manasa che padu tena, vasati wa karoti wa, tato nang dukkha manveti cakam wa wahato padang.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yes, Chupen, please.
Bhante.
Please.
Mano pubang gama dhamma. Sorry again. Mano pubang gama dhamma. Mano seta mano maya. Manasa ce padutena pasati wa karoti wa. Tato nam dukkha manveti cakam wa wahato padang.
Okay, great.
Thank
So
you.
we are going
Thank you,
down to
Bhante.
the next stanza. This part is the same. The next 4 lines, you could see there are some different changes. Okay. Mano pubbangama dhamma, mano setta manomaya. Manasa che pasanne bhasati va karoti va. Tatonang sukha manveti chayav anapahini. Tatonang sukha manveti chayav anapahini. Okay, we'll start from group 1. Anyone from group 1? Group 2? Yes, answer. Yes.
Bhante, I'm from group 1.
Group 1, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubangama dhamma, mano setta mano maya. Manasa ce pasanena, bhasati wa karoti wa. Tato nang sukha manveti, chaya va anapayini.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, and Kim, please, for group 2.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubangama dhamma, mano sita mano maya. Manasa ce pasanena, bhasati va karoti va. Tatonang sukam manvati, chaya va anapayini.
Great. And group 3. Group 3. Group 4. Yes, Chupeng, please.
Thank you. Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta mano maya. Manasa ce pasanena, pasati wa karoti wa. Tato nam sukha manveti, chayawa anapayini.
Okay, great. And group 4, Kebian, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta mano maya. Manasa che pasanena, vasati va karoti va. Tato nang sukha manveti, chayava anapayini.
Okay, great. And group 5. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta mano maya. Manasa che pasanena, pasati va karoti va. Tato nam sukha manveti, chayava anapayini.
Okay. Group 6.
Thank you.
Great. Group 6. Yes, Tisita.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Mano pubang dhamma, dhamma. Mano seta mano maya. Manasa ce pasanena. Basati wa karoti wa. Tato nam sukha manveti. Chayawa anapayini.
Okay, good. Then group 7. Group 7, Lim, let's go ahead.
Mano pubangama dhamma, mano seta mano maya. Manasa che pasanena, bhasati wa karoti wa. Tatonang sukha manveti, chayawa anapayini.
Okay, great. And then
Thank
last
you,
group,
Bhante.
group 8. Yes. Cham, please.
Yes. Mano puban gama dama. Mano seta mano maya. Manasa che pasanena. Basati wa karoti wa. Tato nang sukang manveti. Chaya wa anapa ini.
All right. Great. And now we have others. I think I would ask Rashmi first, and then Maya, and then the rest. Yes, Rashmi, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Bhante. Mano Ubbangama Dhamma, Mano Setha Mano Maya, Manasache Pasannena, Bhasati Va Karoti Va, Tato Nang Sukhamanveti, Chaya Va Anapayini.
Okay, great. And then Maya, please. If Maya not here, then I think Chan already cited. So we have Owe.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubanggama Dhamma, Mano Seta, Mano Maya, Manasa Che Pasannena, Basatiwa Karotiwa, Tatunam Sukamanveti, Chayawa Anapayini.
Great. And we have Billing, please.
Bhante,
Yes.
Okay. Mano Pubanggama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Che Pasannena, Basativa Karotiva, Tatonang Sukhamanveti, Chayawa Anapayini.
Great.
Thank
and
you.
Nine Chen, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubanggama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Che Pasanena, Basativa Karotiva, Tato Nang Sukhamanveti, Chaya Va Anapayini.
Great.
Thank you.
We have Ochuwa, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubanggama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Che Pasannena, Basativa Karotiva, Tato Nang Sukhamanveti, Chayava Anapayini.
Great. And
Thank you,
Doris.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Mano Pubanggama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Che Pasanena, Basativa Karotiva, Tato Nang Sukhamanveti, Chayava Anapayini.
Can you repeat the last line, please?
Chayava.
Chayav. Chayav.
Chayava Anapayini.
Anapai. Too long is Chayav. Anapai.
Chayava Anapayini. Thank you, Bhante.
All right. And finally, Christine. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubanggama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Se Pasanena, Basati. Manasa Che Pasanena, Basati Wa Karoti Wa, Tato Nang Sukhamanveti, Chaya Va Anapayini.
Okay, great. And Jenny?
Yeah, thank you, Bhante. Mano Pubanggama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Che Pasanena, Basatiwa Karotiwa, Tato Nang Sukhamanveti, Chayawa Anapayini.
All right, great. Anybody else? If okay, Chompakla, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Mano Pubanggama Dhamma,
Mano Seta Mano Maya. Manasa Che Pasanena.
Manasa che.
Sorry?
Manasa che.
Oh, okay, thank you. Manasa Che Pasanena. Basativa Karotiva Tato Nam Sukha Manveti. Chaya va Anapayini.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
All right. Now, you know the importance of getting to hear how other people recite. It's on one side, we are familiarizing other people's chanting, listening to their chanting. On the other hand, it's very interesting, important to understand the pronunciation of these letters. Sometimes you might read, but maybe not in the proper way. So that's why we are reading this. All right, back to context explanation side. Okay. Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. So first of all, we have to understand what is Dhamma here. What does Dhamma mean here? Anybody? Dhamma? Mostly, most translations go by Dhamma to be all Dhamma are preceded by the mind. But what is Dhamma?
Mental states, Bhante. Mental states.
Mental states, that is one. But Dhamma, what does Dhamma mean in this context? Now, because we have to understand this, the second stanza also has Dhamma. Manopubbangama Dhamma. So we have to understand, what does Dhamma mean here? Mental states is what you said. And any other translations?
Experience.
You nail it down because it is already the translation. All experience. Yes. Now I'm going to ask you, how does experience connect to Dhamma? How does this connect to Dhamma? In English, you could say it's experience. Okay, before we take more time, here Dhamma means experiences, all experiences. I would say experience. In Pali context, in the suttas, experience includes three things. Okay. The first one is Veda. If you look at your past experiences, you could see a Vedana. Vedana means feeling. Yeah? Sorry about my writing up and down, but just to understand. Vedana. So our experiences include primarily a feeling attached to that experience. And then Sanya, which means perception. Perception. Right? Perception. So,
Sankara.
is it all? That's Sanya. Sankhar. Sankhar. Sankhar means mental formations. Now, Dhamma here means experiences. In Buddhist teachings, when you say, I have experienced life, I have experienced food, I have experienced love, I have experienced anything in my life, good or bad experience. Every experience, those all experiences carry, every experience as such carries a Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara. So Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara include in every experience. Now, all experiences are preceded by Mano. That's the idea. Pubbangama means preceded, maybe prior, and they all arise from the mind. Now this mano has to be understood too. In Pali, we have three words for the mind, whatever the things about the mind. One is
Chitta,
chitta.
Mano, Vijnana.
Let's start from mano. Mano, chitta, and vijnana. Three words, huh?
Yeah.
Three words for the mind. Mind and its operations, actually. When you say mano is the thinking, what you call faculty in one life. It is just a sense faculty. But chittas are functioning in that mind. So the Buddha asks us to be careful with your chittas, because chittas are playing in them. When the chittas are being developed, we are calling those states to be vijnanas. Make sense? But today, we are looking at mano, where chittas are functioning, and vijnana will be the next after the chittas, where you could see vijnana as an extension of the chitta. So mano is the sense faculty. So as you understand, all these experiences, whatever good experience in our life or bad experience, maybe a mixed experience, they all are preceded by the mind and its operations, which go into chittas and vijnana. All right. And mano setta, they are led by the mind. That means mind is leading them on to different things. Kusala or akusala, punya or papa. Manomaya, they are made by mind. Made. Maya means made. Setta means led. Setta means led. And Maya means made. So, how is the mind leading all experiences? Let's talk about that. How does the mind lead our all experiences? Now let's say, how does the mind lead our, if you narrow down to experiences, you could say sanya, vedana, sankhara. How does the mind lead sanya, vedana, sankhara? Perceptions, feelings, perceptions, and mental formations. How does the mind lead them actually? Because of the mind and its operations, they are of the thoughts, chittas and consciousness types. Experiences are going through different things. Kusala, kusala, punya, papa. Okay. So mind and its operations leading them on to those kusala, kusala, punya, papa levels. Manomaya, at a certain level, you would understand all these experiences, they are made by the mind. Let me conceptualize. They are conceptualized. In one of the suttas, Buddha says that there is no something called karma. Now we say, okay, I like that particular thing. I like seeing that particular person. I like to hear this particular song. I like to smell this particular smell, aroma, fragrance. I like eating this food. Now, all these are bringing us to karmas. I think that day we already discussed about karmas. Remember? There are 6 karmas, right? Rupa karma, Saddha karma, Gandha karma, Rasa karma, Pottabha karma, Dhamma karma. Right? Now, these are called karmas. But in this particular sutta, the Buddha says, there are no karmas in reality, but a conceptualization about the sensual pleasures. Actually, we are conceptualizing this food is so delicious. We are making a concept. Maybe for somebody else, this food might not be a delicious food. Maybe he or she likes something else. And we are conceptualizing this particular person is very pleasant to me, very charming to me, and very good to me, maybe to others. But for other people, that person might not be that good as we think, as good as you brandish, as good as you think. What is the difference? Conceptualization. Now, manomaya means this conceptualization. Mind is conceptualizing all these things. Manomaya. Kusala, kusala, punya, papa. And then, now you know what is the mind. Let me erase this part. Okay. Done this part. Now, this is that mind. But the problem here is that if somebody is to speak or act with the mind, same mind, let me ask you, is mind ethically positive or ethically neutral? When you say the mind, is it ethically positive or ethically negative or ethically neutral? Now, when you say sila, I have sila, I've been practicing sila. We don't know what sila we've been practicing. Is it a good sila or bad sila? The Buddha says, if somebody kills other beings, it is a bad sila. You might call it dussila, you are an immoral person, but it is also kind of sila. That means if somebody is doing the opposite of the good sila, we call it bad sila also. Now, most people call it, you are a bad person. You are a bad person because you are killing, you are stealing, you are sexually misbehaving, you are lying, you are taking intoxicants. You are a bad person. But you are following a bad sila. The people who are not doing as such, they are following a good sila. Like the yakka, remember? Yakkas, the demons. If you read the sutta called Atanatiya Sutta. Have you ever read this sutta? Atanatiya? Atanatiya. Let me write that for you. Atanatiya Sutta. I know you will go read this sutta tonight itself. What is this sutta? Atanatiya is one of the Digha Nikaya sutta actually. This sutta has a conversation between the yakkas. They are kind of very powerful beings. Yakkas and the Buddha. The first part of the sutta is what the yakkas talk to the Buddha. The second part is the Buddha's conversation with them. Buddha's thoughts about it, and then his explanation to the yakka. Now, in the first part of the Atanatiya Sutta, the yakkas are telling the Buddha, Bhante, we don't like to abstain from killing. We want to kill people. We don't like not stealing. We want to steal other people's stuff. That's our pleasure. We are sexually misbehaving. That's what we want. We are lying all the time just to make people upset, mess them up. We don't like not lying. We are taking intoxicants and we don't follow you. We don't agree to your teachings. Yakkas say that. And that means not all the yakkas were agreeing to the Buddha in this sutta. Some yakkas didn't like the Buddha. Some other yakkas like the Buddha. Now, if you watch for the yakkas, who are the yakkas? Yakkas are kind of deva. They are devas, kind of devas. What kind of devas are they? They are devas in the first heaven called Chatum Maharajika heaven. Chatum Maharajika heaven has 4 world guardian devas who are protecting this particular world universe. Dataratta, Viruda, Virupakka, Vesavan. These are the 4 world guardian devas. Yakkas are the followers, students of Vesavan. He's a deva and his followers are there. So the devas in the Vesavana, some devas, they did not like the Buddha's teaching. If some devas didn't like the Buddha's teaching, what about the humans? Huh? It's pretty clear. So the idea here is, now going back, you could see there are both sides. Now, manasa, now again, going back to the Pali word manasa. Is manasa ethically positive? I don't know whether you understand this term. Ethically positive means if there is a word or a concept which carries the kusala side of that particular concept. Ethically positive. Ethically negative means there is a word which has a concept that carries the negative aspect of that particular concept. Ethically neutral means there is a word concept that carries neither positive or negative aspects of that particular concept. So in that context, sila is an ethically neutral word. So how do we know it is ethically positive? The place where it is employed, the place where it is used by us. This is a good sila, the bad sila. Now, good mind, bad mind, right? Padutta manasa and pasanna manasa. Let's go back here. It becomes ethically neutral to see manasa, padutta manasa. Then here, pasanna manasa, pasanna, good mind, wholesome mind. This one, padutta, corrupted mind. Padutta, dutta means corrupted, evil, corrupted, akusala. Now here, manasa is ethically neutral, but when it is used with padutta, corrupted mind. Now, what if, now change, what if somebody is to speak or act with a corrupted mind? What if somebody is to speak or act with a corrupted mind? Now, the result, repercussion, vipaka. What is the vipaka like? You can see over here. Suffering follows. I would say the pain, vipaka. This could be a akusala vipaka. Akusala vipaka follows as the wagon wheel follows the hoof of the ox. This is an old example. Let's find out the dukkha here, suffering. And what is this word? Anveti. Anveti. Pali word anveti means chase after. Chase. That means we have to be careful when we make an akusala, the vipaka, the vipakas, akusala vipakas chase us. Now, you chase us sometimes, some people, some animals, but akusala vipakas chase us, right? They are trying to come to you in whatever the case. Have you ever heard some people are making a statement, you know, I've been very good to other people, but the people who I've been good to did not really take care of me, were not really grateful to me. But I've been receiving the support from other people whom I have never helped. Have you ever heard people making this statement? I've been really great, helpful to other people. I took care of them, I supported them, but they are kind of ungrateful to me in a way. But people whom I have never helped are extending help to me. I feel that I'm paid back in whatever the terms. That means your good karmas, bad karmas, they are not leaving you. They are coming on to you at different places. So anvait means chase. Here again, so you can see follow or chase. Chakkangva vahato pada. Now let's decombine this word. It's a combination. Chakkang eva. Chakkang eva. Chakka means, what is chakka? The wheel of a cart, right? The wheel of the cart, right? Chakkang eva vahato pada. Hoof of the ox. Now, the ox is what you call implied here. You don't find the ox, but we understand chakka is attached to an ox. At that time, there were a lot of carts that were drawn by these animals. So, as you understand, the hoof of the ox is always followed by the wheel of the cart, right? That means wherever the ox is going, there you see the cart, what you call the wheels of the carts are following. In the same way, bad karma, akusala karmas are mostly following us. How do we know that we have akusala karmas? Let me ask you, how do we know we have done akusala karmas in our life? Now, you are spending your life in a better way, but at times you might claim that hey, this time I've been sick a couple of weeks, I have back pain, I've been going through hard and bad times. I'm good, but other people are trying to, be very mean to me last couple of days, right? How do you know that you have been bad karmas? By referring to the pain you are having. And referring to the pain, and then you are looking at the good side, good times you've been having, and then referring to that pain. I've been having akusala. I think I have done a lot of akusala karmas. It might be, it might be not. But anyways, akusala karmas have a greater possibility to follow us, right? So, at the same time, you might take things in different ways. Let's say, my relationship has not been going well. My money side has not been going well. And I've been really planning ahead, but things are not happening the way that I want. Why is this? Probably I have not done enough good karmas in my past life. Probably I need to do more good karmas in this life, right? So anyways, this stanza says, if we speak or act with the corrupted mind, the akusala karma which we are making through that particular process will follow us, just as how the hoof of the ox is followed by cart. That's the idea. I think we have time to discuss. I actually shared with you something last week. I said, we will try to learn some stories of Dhammapada. Now, these stories are coming from Dhammapada and Takatha, but we are not going to read all of that, but I might summarize the story. The story of this particular stanza is Chakkupala. See, Chakkupala Thera, what to mean story? Story. Chakkupala Thera. Now, who's Chakkupala? Chakkupala? Any thoughts about Chakkupala? Who was he actually? What have you learned about Chakkupala? Any thoughts?
He was a monk who attained arahantship, Bhante.
Okay. This is very famous, this idea. He was a monk. But there was a young man called Palita. What was his name? Palita. This young man wanted to become, he was a good guy. He was not blind. He was not blind. He was a healthy person. He was a healthy person. He was having good eyesight. And after following the Buddha at the Jetavanaram temple, he later on became a monk. After became a monk, he was practicing meditation, certain objects, and then he became an arahant. At the same time, he became blind. He became blind, he became an arahant. Two things happen at the same time. Because he practiced more towards vipassana aspect of the meditation. So he did not practice jhanas. He is one of the very good examples of sukha vipassaka yogis. This Pali word is very interesting. Sukha vipassaka. This means someone who attains nibbana without practicing jhanas. Jhanas are not necessary for some people. Sukha vipassana. Some people have to practice jhanas. Some people don't. It depends on your karma and your karmic ability. Now, the interesting thing is what happened to Chakkupala. Now, after became an arahant, he lost his eyesight, and then he he started practicing walking meditation. Other monks noticed that this monk is practicing walking meditation, not by considering the tiny creatures on the ground, stepping on these tiny creatures, thinking that they don't know whether he attained Nibbana. They are unenlightened monks. They complained to the Buddha. And then the Buddha said, he is an Arahant. He doesn't know what's happening on the ground. Then the Buddha actually narrated a story. What happened to him? Why he lost his eyesight at the time he became an Arahant. He was a good eye doctor in a past life. A very good, very famous eye doctor. So there was a patient, a female patient, who came to get treatments from him. And this lady was very chatting a lot, talking a lot, very talkative lady. And then he was giving some promises at that time, if you cure my eyes, I would come and support your business or whatever. Now, the lady was recovering very well. Now she wants to escape from the promise. The doctor knew this. He was very mad about it. And then what he did, that the doctor is this Chakupala Thera, he made a, what do you call, kind of an eye drop to permanently blind her eyes out of anger. This is the bad karma that followed him at the time he see, his bad karma bloomed at the time he became an Arahant. If he hadn't become an Arahant, he would have not lost his eyesight. That's why sometimes when you are doing a lot of good things, some bad karmas are coming out. Because bad karmas think you are going to become an Arahant. So we have to come up and then give some pain to you. So his bad karmas bloomed at the moment he became an Arahant. Because he purposely destroyed her eyes. Whatever happened, whatever the promise he made, but out of anger he made. This is the story. The Buddha says, if anybody had done any activity with a corrupted mind through speaking, maybe acting, that bad karma will follow. There's no miracle that is following, definitely. All right. Any questions about this before we jump on to the next stanza?
Bhante,
Yes.
can I ask a question, please?
Yes.
On the Padutena, when you mentioned about the corrupted mind, is it the same as Sanya Vipallasa or is different thing?
Sanya Vipallasa. Okay, Vipallasa is a perversion, called a perversion. That means our sanya means perceptions can become distorted because of certain things. Actually, when we are doing akusala karma, our sanya is distorted already, isn't it? Let's say when you are killing, when you are stealing, your sanya, mental noting, is already messed up, already corrupted. So it could be a moment of sanya vipallasa as well, because there are a couple vipallasa, ditta vipallasa. Our views are distorted. Sanya vipallasa, our perceptions are distorted. So that vipallasa concept is a higher teaching. When we study more about our mind, we will understand vipallasas. But padutta mind has all these vipallasas. Now, for example, why someone's sanya perceptions are distorted? Because he already or she already has ditta vipallasa initially. Now, we already discussed about the Noble Eightfold Path. When you don't have samma ditti, you will have all the bad things happening in your life. So that means sanya vipallasa is preceded by ditta vipallasa. Overall, all these are saying that your mind is corrupted, already has been corrupted. So yes, sanya vipallasa is a moment of your mind where you can see that you are already corrupted. If you look at the consistency of your mind at that point, yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Any other questions about this stanza and the story before we jump on to the next one? All right, save your questions. We'll continue the next one. All right. Okay, second stanza. Same, I don't have to explain again, but I will just say Dhamma, all experiences, which means Sanya, Vedana, Sankhara. Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara. They all are preceded by the mind. They are, all experiences are led by mind, leads all these experiences. And then the mind makes up all these experiences. Okay? If somebody with the pasannena manasa. Pasannena manasa means, what is pasanna manasa? Pasanna means a peaceful mind. Peaceful mind.
Good mind.
Somebody might say, I'm not peaceful until I hurt that person. I can't sleep until I take revenge tonight. But that kind of peace is what you call internalized, individualized way of interpreting the peace. But this peace is kusala kind of peace, kusala peace, peace. That means wholesome peace. We have to interpret the peace too at this point. So if somebody is to speak, let's go back again. Speak or act with the person, I would say, with a kusala. With a kusala, that means peaceful mind. The happiness, so you can see over here, the happiness that is being created by that person through the speech or through the actions will follow sukhang, that happiness, sukha, unveited chase or follow, just as chaya iva. What is chaya? Chaya?
Shadow.
Shadow. Chaya. Now, chaya eva anapai, never departing. Anapayini. Payini means departing. Anapayini, never departing. The happiness of that person, depending on what he is doing, will come to him, will follow him or her, just like a never departing shadow. Now, how do we understand shadow? Can you notice your shadow sometimes? What is easier to understand? There is an ox, and the cart is following the ox, or there is a shadow of every object depending on the sunlight or any other light. Which one is more noticeable? Shadow. You have to look back probably to catch the shadow. Sometimes we are not able to notice the shadow, but we can see there is an ox, maybe there is an object, and that object is followed by something else that is coming behind. That means papa kammas, the papa vipakas can be easily noticed, but the results of good kammas cannot be easily noticeable. That's why people are saying, I've been doing a lot of good things, but everything that I'm having now is dukkha. I'm not happy about everything, but I've been doing everything. I've been supporting viharas, I've been donating, I've been helping, I've been reading, I've been improving my life. But still I feel, I don't know, I'm still going somewhere in my Dhammapada. Maybe the way how that person has been learning Dhamma could be not correct. At the same time, the good vipakas are not very much noticeable to us, but they are also happening. But bad vipakas are very noticeable. We will discuss that after the story. Now, there's a story over here. The story is, what's the story? Matta Kundali. Matta Kundali. Anybody knows this story? There's a young man called Matta Kundali. Matta Kundali. This young man was born into a Brahmin family. The father Brahmin was a very greedy man. not even greedy, is a miser. He had lots of avarice. We call it machari. So there's a difference between machari and lobha, stinginess and then the greed. Anybody notices that difference? There are two types of people who are not giving to other people. Now there's one side, the donor, dayaka, other side, stingy people, on the other side, greedy people. Now we have no problem with the givers. The problem is with the stingy people and then the greedy people. So how do we separate out stingy person and the greedy person? There is a difference. Stingy person is called as machariya person, and greedy person is called as lobha person. Machariya means someone who does not give to others because he or she doesn't like other people enjoy things what he is giving. I had an experience in my activities. There was one person who was telling me there was somebody who doesn't like to get gift from us. Then when that person inquires why, because when I die, I don't know who is going to experience, enjoy my stuff that I was gifted by others. So I don't like, so don't give things to me. So this person even doesn't like to leave some stuff after the death. So Macharya means someone does not give to others because that person doesn't like other people to enjoy his or her stuff. The Lobha person is a different person. Lobha person does not simply give. There's no particular reason. Simply greedy people. I think you may have noticed in your family circles, friend circle, there are people who are very greedy. Does not even spend a penny sometimes, right? And not very generous people, Maybe they are born like that. They are environmentally affected in their family backgrounds, right? So Lobha, Macharya, and the donors. Now, Adinda Pubbaka is such a Macharya person, stingy man. So he did not spend money on his son. So what happened was that then the son got sick. I think what the son got was anemia. Called, what was the Pali word for that sickness?
Jaundice, Bhante.
Yeah, jaundice is one interpretation. Yeah, another interpretation is Pandu. Pandu is Pandu. Some people they translate this to be anemia too. Anyways, he got this disease, whatever the disease, out of these two. And then the father did not spend money on this son, and then son passed away. But before son passed away, Antakundali, he was seen by the Buddha early morning, and the Buddha saw that Matakundali would die soon. So he sent some rays, I would say some aura to him, probably with the Buddha's virtual shape. And then he was happy by looking at the Buddha, and then he passed away, and he was reborn as a Deva. So the story is connected to the Matta Kundali because Matta Kundali didn't know any Buddhism. He did not follow any Buddhist teachings. But the moment he was going to pass away, he was able to see the Buddha's, a glimpse of the Buddha in whatever that virtual way. Buddha was not there physically, but he saw the sort of image as an aura which the Buddha sent. So he was able to make up his mind. His mind was good because otherwise his mind was really not happy because of the father. Right? That means there are some people who are dying because of many pains, not even the physical pain, but also the pains of not being taken care of by other people. Right? They are very unhappy about others that they are not taking care of. The others are not taken care of enough in their own way, right? So Mata Kundali was able to make up his mind on that Buddha's sending aura, and then he was able to be reborn in a better place. All right, so this is the story of the second stanza. Again, what you can see here is the nature of the mind and what mind does to the experience. Right? Call it this experience, Dhamma. This means again those three things: Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara. And then because of that, what can somebody get into in terms of akusala, ukusala? This is what these two stanzas are talking about. So what can we learn from these two stanzas? So we have to, in the first place, understand we are making experiences all the time. In order for us to make a kusala experience, we need to have a pleasant, peaceful mind. How to have a peaceful mind? That's a question. Is it only by going to a certain place we are going to make a peaceful? Is it only by listening to a Dhamma talk we are going to make our mind peaceful? Is it only by reading a book we are going to make our mind peaceful? No, that's not enough. We have to have a buffer. You know the buffer zone? There's a buffer everywhere. Now, if you see two countries, there's a buffer zone in the sea. That zone is shared by the international route, not related to the country. In the same way, when we are practicing Dhamma, we have to have a buffer level of kusala. Let's say if we in case get messed up with some events we unexpectedly encountered, we should be able to understand that particular moment and practice. Practicing Yoniso Manasikara, reflection, and understanding what this is, practicing Noble Eightfold Path will help you to stay peaceful. Always try to put your mind onto the kusala side. Akusalas are always, going everywhere in our life, but it could be a choice. We have to make our life to a point where we are able to change whatever akusalas that are coming onto us into kusala experiences. So this is the idea. And then another thing that we have to learn about these two stanzas is karma vipakas. Now these are all karma vipakas. Bad karma vipakas, good karma vipakas. There is a good news, but don't get it wrong. Huh? The good news is that, is there anything that we can do to minimize, neutralize our bad karmas? Let's say we don't know what bad karmas we have been doing in the past life. Does anybody know whether you've been doing bad karmas or not? There are those people who, hey, give me your palm, I will say whether you have done bad karmas through the palmistry. Never know. These lines can be changed anytime. By looking at the palm reading, how come you're going to say 100% of your past life? Who doesn't like to give the palm and then get a reading from that kind of a person? But anyways, yes, but there are palm readings that are relevant to our past life, because we carry our life through everything, through our whole body. But there are misinterpreters everywhere, fake people. So, is there anything we can do to neutralize our bad karmas? No matter what our palm readings or whatever the bad karmas we may have done in our life, there are a lot of things we can do to neutralize bad karmas. But don't take it in a way that we can do bad karma and then we can purify. That is not a way to understand this teaching. The good news is that you can do a lot of things to neutralize bad karmas because you are now a good person. That's why. But if you continue to be a bad person and doing those things, that might not be a good choice. Because now you understand what is kusala, what is akusala, what is punya, what is papa, what is enlightenment, what is unenlightenment, what is meditation, what is not meditation, what is dana, what is greed. Then you can definitely make the choice and then neutralize bad karmas. How to do it? by doing a lot of good karmas. Practicing more, doing more good karmas. Have a mind of peace, have a mind of less lobha dosa. I know that it might be challenging for many people to have a mind always free from lobha dosa moha, but at least trying your level best to minimize lobha dosa. So then you are good to understand about the neutralization of your bad karmas. The Buddha said in many suttas that it is possible. Even with regard to Angulimala, he said, Yocha pubbe pamajitva pachaso napam. This is one Dhammapada stanza we are going to learn. Maybe in a future day, it said, Yocha pubbe pamajitva pachaso napamajiti. Somebody is late in his early life. You can see that a lot of people who messed up in their young time, they messed up. They are doing whatever they want. Hey, just do it. Don't worry, just do it. And by just doing it, they have messed up. And then when they are hitting onto their 50s or maybe 40s, they are looking back, what can I do now? There comes this understanding. I have delayed in my life in terms of doing good karmas, understanding myself. And then now, but pacha sona pamachati. Later on, I'm not going to be late as such. You understand by yourself, and you are going to become transformed. Then the Buddha says, Yochapupe pamajitva pacha sona pamajati, so imang lokang pabhaseti abha mutto vachandima. Abha mutto vachandima, which means, so imang lokang pabhaseti. If somebody is not late at the moment she understands the problem in his or her life, that person shines the universe. Just as the full moon that is free from the clouds. Abha means clouds. Chandima means full moon. So when Chandima arises, that means there's no space for the clouds to play. Clouds are always clouding. When there are clouds, the sky is not clear. So that person is blooming like the full moon, where you see there is no clouds that are covering. So there are a lot of things you can do more good karmas. All right, any questions about the second stanza and the story, and then the overall class today?
Bhante,
Yes.
excuse me, Bhante, I have a question. Is Sukha Vipassaka the same as the dry Vipassana?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank
So the idea is someone who wants to attain Nibbana, he or she can only practice Vipassana depending on his or her capacity. He or she does not need to practice jhanas. Jhanas are not mandatory. So how do you know that? When you associate a Kalyana Mitta teacher will understand you, and then So Pali is one of the examples for Sukha Vipassakas. Dry, that means meditators, yogis who only practice Vipassana. I would say Vipassana context of the meditation.
Thank you, Bhante.
All right, any questions about today, about the first stanza or second stanza of Dhammapada? I think one of the very important things we learned today is the meaning of Dhamma, experience. Don't interpret this as Dhamma teaching. So this is called experience. Now, this experience means, in Buddhism, when somebody asks you, what is your experience of going to a place? And you can say, that means my Vedana Sanya Sankara. My Vedana Sanya Sankara about that particular phenomenon is as such this. So experience. Dhamma means experiences. That's a very important thing that we learned today. And I think until you come up with a question, maybe I'm going to discuss something else. So we have time. All right. So I explained to you Mano, Manasa. Okay. So there are three Pali terms we learn about the mind and its operations. The first one is Mano. Second one is Chitta. Third one is Vijnana. Now, Buddha is more concerned about Chittas. Isn't it? Was he very concerned about Mano or Vijnana or Chittas? What was his more concern? One or two. Chittas. If you look at Satipatthana Sutta, you would see Chittanupassana. Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, not Manoanupassana. Because the quality of the mind comes from the Chittas. Quality. Good quality or bad quality. Now, when you go to Abhidhamma, they translate this to be differently. They have a different way. They say it's not Chitta, it is Chaitasika. Their way is that. That's an over emphasis about the thing. But anyways, that's the Abhidhamma way. But the early suttas say we have the mind, Mano. Mano is just a base, just what you call sense base, that everybody is entitled to think, cognize. Somebody is born, and then because of this birth, everybody is entitled to cognize, think. But that thinking has to be qualified in bad ways, good ways. That good, bad ways come from the chittas. So we have lobha, dosa, moha, alobha, dosa, moha, vitakka, sankitta, vikitta, mahaggata, amahaggata, vimutta. There are many chittas. There are 16 chittas which the Buddha talks in Satipatthana Sutta. We have to fundamentally understand the 6 chittas, lobha, dosa, moha, alobha, dosa, moha. In simple words, lobha, dosa, moha, dana, metta, and panya. Generosity, thoughts, then metta thoughts, and then panya thoughts. So these are the 6 thoughts that we are struggling on a daily basis. So now, when it comes to the point of Mano, you need to understand Mano is a simple base, simple ability to think that we all got. Now, look at the difference between somebody who does not have enough capability to have good qualities in the form of thoughts, and someone who has good qualities in terms of thoughts. What is the difference? Is it the mind or is it the chittas? Chittas. You are a good person because you are able to bring up a lot of good chittas. You and I have no difference. You also have mind, I also have mind. Unless we have a cognitive problem that comes from genetics or environment or something else. Otherwise, chittas are what? That distinguish wholesome people or unwholesome. Then vijnana. Vijnana is a heightened, developed state of the thoughts. When you have a chitta, that will take you to vijnana. Chakku, sota, gana, jivha, kaya, mana is one set of vijnanas. Then we have what we call bhavanga vijnana. We don't call it bhavanga in the sutta text, but it's called bhavanga, which means our sansaric thought, vijnana. Right? That is what departs when you die. That is what came into you when you are reborn. There are many vijnanas. So I think this is also very important one. So Mano, why Mano? Why Chitta? Mano is just a simple base which we all have. But chitta is the quality of the mind. That quality is coming from how we manage our thoughts. All right, I think we have almost come to the point of. If you have any other questions, we can take one more question if we wrap this up.
Bhante,
Yes.
just now you're talking about the mano, chitta, and the vijnana. So mano, you will say that is the sense base. Then the chitta, in this case, can we like translate it as thoughts and the vijnana as consciousness? Is that close enough?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Now in Abhidhamma, they say mental factors. They even go higher. They say chitta is just energy, and then there are quality come from Chaitasika. So they actually even go higher. But we in the suttas say mano is the energy of thinking, the ability to think, and then the chitta is what qualifies the mind in the good way or the bad. All right. Any more questions for today?
Bhante, so
Yes.
this word manusa comes from the word manu, ability to think. Yeah.
Does manasa come from
Manusa.
Yes. Now the Pali word manusa. This one, right? Manusa. Second. Manusa. Manusa is a what do you call a construct from the manasa. That means those beings who have a higher mind. Those beings who have a higher mind are humans. They call manassa ussannataya. Pali interpretation goes manassa ussannataya manusu. Those who have a higher mind. Also, Hindu people say something different. They say those who come from the Manu are Manusa. Manu is a famous figure in Hinduism. Manu. So there are two interpretations. Hindu, Sanskrit, they are talking about Manu. Manu Smriti, the one who is the first man, who is the first human in this universe, called Manu before the Buddha's time. So anybody who comes after him, from his lineage, are called Manusa. But in the Buddhist way, we call it Manusa means those beings who have a higher mind. Higher means a mind higher than other beings compared to probably the lower beings, Tirachanas, animals, maybe hellish beings, asuras, yeah. Even maybe the Deva and some Brahman. Because only when you become a human, you can practice Dhamma properly. When you become a Deva, you can't practice Dhamma because you are too much worried about your happiness. Why this Deva has more happiness than me? That's karma, but I don't believe in that. The Devas don't accept other people karma. And then when you become a hellish being, animal, they don't understand what is going on. They only have physical needs and then the food, quarreling each other. Mostly, they don't have that capacity. We are not trying to embarrass, maybe discriminate any being. What I'm trying to say is the importance of the mind. All right, let's wrap this up at this point by looking at all the good karmas. May all the good karmas which we've been making today be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of you in this life and in past lives. May they be well and happy. May they finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nanhutu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nanhutu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nanhutu sukita huntu nyatayu. May Deva Naga Mahidika share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. May they in particular bless all of us for our Dhamma journeys. May our Dhamma journeys be a very smooth, seamless, consistent Dhamma journeys, not become dry practices. May Deva Naga Mahindika finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha amihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha amihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha amihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu lokasasanam. Akasattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu desanam. Akasattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva Chirang rakkhantumang paranti, chirang rakkhantumang sadanti. Also, maybe be in the company of Kalyana Mittas till we attain Nibbana. Kalyana Mittas do change our Dhamma journey into a better one. They strengthen our Dhamma journeys. By thinking thus, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu Satang samagamu yava nibbana pattiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been making today, by learning about the first two stanzas of the Dhammapada, be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang vadha pachainu Chattaro dhamma vadhanti ayuvanno sukhang balam ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminate saminchatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Wishing you a good night. At the same time, look forward to seeing you next Thursday at the same time with another two stanzas.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night.
Good night,
Take
everyone.
care. Take care,
Thank you,
everybody.
Bhante. Sadhu,
Thank you.
Bhante.
Thank you.
Stay at home. Safely.
Yes, you are home. How was Taiwan?
I witnessed I experienced the tremor.
Oh,
Yeah, but
good to hear that you are safe. You are safe and
yeah,
back home safe. Yes.
I arrived home safely.
Yes, good to hear. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, good to hear Kim, you are safe. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, good night, everybody. Good night, Melinda. Good night, Kim.
Good night, Bhante.
Yeah, good night,
Good night,
Bhante
Good night.
and everyone.
Billy.
Bye.